Welcome to Kurt's Home Living. I'm going to prepare for you today bacon wrapped meatloaf, my homemade kimchi, and some Spanish rice. Welcome back to Kurt's Home Videos. Today I'm going to be preparing a meatloaf dinner with kimchi and yellow rice. The meat I'm using is ground meat that I made in my earlier video, how to make a freshly ground burger. My homemade kimchi, which is a fermented Japanese cabbage with daikon radishes, green onions, and some Thai chili peppers. I have my salsa that I'll be mixing into my ground meat mixture, some milk, some pepperonis, onion, celery, some sweet green peppers, an egg, and I'm gonna wrap the meatloafs, which are going to be personal meatloafs, like each person gets their own little loaf, wrapping it with bacon. And my breadcrumbs consist of dry breadcrumbs, fresh bread, and oatmeal. My aunt taught me the oatmeal trick a long time ago. God bless her soul. So let's get started. Only seasonings I'm going to use in here is seasoned salt and garlic powder, and maybe a little salt and pepper. Let's get milk in here. I'm not going to use all of this salsa. We're going to still have some to put on our meatloaf when it's ready to come out at the last minute. We're going to make a salsa topping, so to speak, like a ketchup over top of the meatloaf. I have my oven preheating on 400. I like to cut my onions up pretty small. I'm gonna make meatloafs and meatballs and Salisbury steaks and things of that sort. I'm not putting any garlic in here. I never do, but I am putting garlic powder in here. Add a little pepperoni in here just to add a little life, bring a little life to the party. Basically, you can put in your meatloaf whatever you fancy. You could add pork to it. As in ground pork, sausage. Meatloaf, Salisbury steak, and meatball are basically made from the same combination. It's just what seasonings you put in there or what herbs you put in there that differentiate the three. We're going all hands with this. Not before we put the seasoning in it. I just coat the top with a nice amount of seasoned salt. And also add a little bit of basil in here, dry basil. Pepper. Garlic powder. Let's start off with a spoon. Just to fold it all in there. Let's go. All hands. Okay, we're all ready here. They're going to be about 10 ounce meatloaves. I have a scale over here. I'm going to just weigh one just to get an idea of where I'm at. That's my oven ready. Okay, since we have this little extra left, we're just going to split it evenly. That'll take care of that. We're going to make these into ovals. I'm going to take our bacon. Nothing fancy. We'll sit in our cast iron skillet. That's what we'll be baking in today. Just something about the cast iron I like, how it keeps the flavor and keeps the heat. It doesn't lose any heat. Holds the heat pretty well. You can take something and cook it in a stove, pan like that and take it off the stove. It'll still be cooking. Just basic wrap. Simple as that. We're going to throw that in the oven. No water or anything. Nothing. Okay, we're going to get our 2 cups of water in this pan over here for our Spanish rice. I usually make that stuff on my own, but I had it in the closet and I'm a little low on product, so decided let's try it. Of course, we're going to put a little salt in that water. I'm going to open our jar of my homemade kimchi. This is already seasoned and everything, so we'll probably just add a little salt and pepper to it. Rice open and ready. Okay, while that stuff is cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and get the topping for the sauce for the meatloaf together. I'm gonna use some salsa, some Worcester sauce, and probably a couple other things. This is the same as putting ketchup on top of your meatloaf, and I'm gonna use my own little mixture here. So the last couple of minutes of my cooking for my meatloaf, I set it under the broiler. First put the sauce on there, set it in the broiler, and let that kind of glaze that with this sauce here. A little bit more Worcester sauce in here. Worcester sauce and beef go so well together. A little cracked pepper in there. Salsa already has a sweetness to it, so it's just, you can use that just as well as you can use the ketchup. I think this adds a little bit more pizzazz to it, but it has chunky tomatoes and peppers in it. I had 1 slice of bacon left, so I added it to this cabbage. And I also put a pinch of sugar in here. Kimchi is similar to sauerkraut, only it has the Japanese flavors, and then they use Napa cabbage. It's a little different from your typical cabbage. And you can eat this right out the jar. But I'm gonna put a little heat on it. So we're like 10 minutes in, 5 minutes in. I have had my timer set for 30 minutes, so when it hits the 20-minute mark, I'll throw my rice in. That way everything will come out at the same time. Okay, we're right around the 20-minute mark. I'm ready to throw my rice in. As soon as that comes back up to a boil, we're going to put our lid on. And while I'm waiting, I wanted to throw a little bit of my homemade hot sauce, which I make from my peppers from my garden. This one is called Caucasian. This is Persuasion. It has a little Asian touch to it, so we're going to put a dab of this in our sauce for meatloaf. Just a dab. So over the summer, I grew all kind of peppers, habanero peppers, Mad Hatter peppers, cherry bombs, serranos, green peppers, poblanos, banana peppers, Scotch bonnet peppers. Those are known in the Caribbean and in Jamaica for their cuisine. Fresno chili peppers, ghost peppers, which are very, very hot. And these are some of the sauces that I made from those peppers. And I'll be having videos on how I make these sauces. I also had cayenne peppers. I had Tabasco peppers. I had bird's eye peppers, which are real little peppers, but they're really hot. Okay, we got a boil over here. I'm gonna stir it and then turn it down and put my lid on. We're gonna add a pat of butter to this. Okay. So far the sauce is looking pretty good. I'm gonna drizzle this on the top when it's almost done. Just set it under the broiler and let that flame come down and almost glaze it. Cabbage is doing pretty good here. I have some fresh thyme that I picked from my herb garden, indoor herb bouquet, as I call it. Halfway through my rice, I'm gonna throw some of that in there. Fresh thyme, lemon thyme at that. I have regular thyme and lemon thyme. Okay, we're gonna let that go. Cabbage is coming along good. Just have it on very low. Sauce is already ready. I just pulled it off the burner. Let it sit until it's time to brush it onto the meatloaf. Then we're winding down on the time here. We're about 5 minutes to go. We're going to take our meatloafs out. And we're going to spoon on our glaze mixture. Let it sit on the top. And as it cooks, it'll slide down the sides. We're going to change this from bake to broil. We'll sit it about 10 inches below the flame. Oh, I also added some Szechuan peppercorns, some Szechuan pepper to my cabbage, and a pinch of sugar. Better not touch that. Ah, yeah. Okay, here we go. We're gonna sit under this broiler for about 5 minutes. Okay, we're wrapping things up here. Rice is done. My meatloaf is under the broiler. It's starting to really sizzle over there. So I'm gonna just start plating this up, putting them in bowls. This kimchi is really, really good. Got a little kick to it from the Thai chili paste. Oh, and I made my own Thai chili paste. And there's going to be a video on how I made this Thai chili paste as well. This is my homemade Thai chili paste. With the yellow rice, Spanish rice as they call it. I'm gonna take a few sprigs or a few leaves of this thyme. Put it on the top, sprinkle. I'm gonna give that a couple more minutes. Okay, timer went off. It's now time to take my meatloaf out of the oven. My bacon wrapped meatloaf. Wow, look at that. It's sizzling really nice over here. That'd be good to start a gravy off with. Okay, here you have it. Our bacon wrapped meatloaf. Our Spanish rice. And our kimchi sauteed. Thanks for watching Kurt's Home Living. I also could have made a gravy from the pan drippings to pour over the meatloaf. Thanks for watching Kurt's Home Living. Bacon wrapped meatloaf.